A weird time of day for me to be doing a live, but I was supposed to do a live last night and I got delayed. My name is Debbie Carberry from debbiecarberry.com.au, and I want to talk about why I do what I do. But before I do that, I have to explain what I do. So I am a clinical social worker and I am a relationship coach in the online space, and I've been doing it for about 10 years, a bit more than 10 years. And lots of people recently have said to me, why do you do what you do? You know, what do you do? I think therapy is one of the weirdest things I've ever seen in my life. You know, in therapy, people come and sit in front of us and they tell us their darkest, scariest, saddest, most shameful experiences. They share with us massive stuff, some really huge stuff. Complete strangers. We are complete strangers, and people come and sit in front of us and they share that stuff with us. I got into therapy and doing therapeutic work because of some of my own experience. I, a long time ago, 100 years ago, when I was young, I had a kid who was really sick. I had the need to have professionals help me get through that, and during that time I actually didn't think they did a very good job. And so I decided that I would really like to change careers and actually start doing some therapeutic work. And I've got to admit, it is something I am so passionate about and I love doing. As I got through the work that I was doing, so I work with women, couples, families, kids, and what I discovered quite a few years ago is that I really enjoyed understanding relationships, why they work, why they don't work, and the more I learned from my own work, the more I discovered my own flaws. So what I ended up doing was really understanding that there's this thing called attachment, and attachment impacts the way we connect to people. And you know, I've had a couple of failed relationships and life has been really challenging at times, and you know, I bring to the table my academic knowledge, but I also bring to the table my lived experience, and I think that's one of the things that actually makes me an incredibly good therapist. So for me, I guess, you know, why do I do what I do? Mostly because of the outcomes. I just love it. I love that I'm part of the journey for people. You know, I've sat in front of thousands of human beings during my work life and listened to stories that are really challenging, and people that are having a hard time for whatever reason. You know, my youngest client was about 2 years old, and my oldest client said she was 69, but she was in her 70s, I'm sure. But to listen to people talk about their traumatic histories, to listen to people talk about the struggles in their parenting or with their partners. You know, I'm very blessed to be able to work with men, and I actually really love working with blokes. You know, there's not a lot of men go to therapy, and those that do struggle often. So for me, having the privilege of working with men and helping men work through some of their stuff so they can connect to their partners and they can be the sort of dads they want to be to their kids, I really love that work. So basically, I do my job because I love it, and I try really hard to instill hope in people. I try really hard to make sure that people know that there's a better outcome. They know that there is a good alternative for them. So a lot of what I try and do is to remind them that even though right now they don't feel like things are going to get better, that they will. Like, you know, the good, the bad and the ugly, it all changes. Nothing stays the same in our lives. Nothing stays the same ever. And it is about going, okay, what next? What am I going to do next? And how am I going to do it? And I love the part of my job where I see people have these massive transformations, and I've been privileged to be part of that journey. You know, I've watched them when they are on their knees struggling with it and saying, I can't do it, like I just can't do it. I've seen them when, you know, they wake up and say, no, I want to try to do it. And then, you know, if I'm really blessed, I get to be on the trip where they go, oh my God, my life is changing. And the saddest part of my job is when they go, because when people finish working with me, I don't often see them again, and that's the end of their trip with me, you know. And I am a human being, and so create a relationship between me and my clients, and I invest in that relationship. You know, it's not just a paid job. It's about really listening and really seeing and really hearing people. You know, somebody was asking me a little while ago how I describe what I actually do, and I was trying to be a bit poetic, and I said, you know, I like to think that I'm hope in a really stormy sea, that I'm an anchor, that, you know, I stop people from drowning, I stop boats from capsizing. And so for me, I love the fact that I can instill hope for people. I love the fact that I know that there is something better. Like I work with people every day and I watch them have these amazing outcomes. So there's evidence behind what I'm saying. I'm not just saying it and making it up. You know, I know what the research says. So for me, I love evidence-based practice. So I want to know that there's some evidence that says this stuff works. And so when I work with clients, and I say, but no, I can tell you it's going to work because there's evidence to support the fact that it works. So let's change something. So I'm very solution focused in the way I do my work. I don't do a lot of head nodding and ahhing. I don't do a lot of that. I tend to be pragmatic and solution focused. And let's make some changes. Let's make something really big happen, and let's help you be in a different place to where you are now. So that is why I do what I do, because I'm really lucky to be invited by other human beings to be a part of their world for a period of time. And I feel really grateful about that. So that was me doing a quick live about why I do what I do.